رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ما بعد. Alhamdulillah, brothers and sisters, these days which are very precious, the days of Dhul Hijjah, and a lot of times a person, his entire focus goes towards Ramadan, and these days becomes neglected. And especially when you have the days, a lot of times when the amal of Hajj is taking place, a lot of people have family members or others who are going for Hajj, so that kind of becomes the spiritual aspects of this day. But one thing that I wanted to bring our attention to, very specific thing, is that how can we make maximum benefit of these days that Allah Azza wa Jal has given us? These first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, from the 1st of Dhul Hijjah all the way till the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. Now, of course, the day of Eid and the day of Arafah, they have their own highlights. But the entire time, it has been made very important by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that no action that a person performs, it is more dear to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than the action that are performed in these 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. The Sahabi said, Ya Rasulullah, even if a person gives his entire life for the sake of Allah outside these days, his action, giving his entire life for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, even that action cannot be equivalent to the person who does action in the days of Dhul Hijjah. The Prophet ﷺ said, وَلَا الْجِهَادُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, not even jihad fi sabilillah. And then this person repeated his question again. وَلَا الْجِهَادُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. That not even sacrificing yourself in the cause of Allah can take the reward of this action which is performed in the days of Dhul Hijjah. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, except for that person who has taken his life, his wealth, all of his belongings, and he has spent all of that for the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that individual will exceed the person who has performed amal in the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. And we are living these days right now. Every single day, what is going forward today is the 4th of Dhul Hijjah, moving forward. Every single day we are going fast. So Allah has given us the opportunity. What type of action we're going to do? What are we supposed to do? Every good deed that is performed in these days are considered to be very high in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then starting from fasting, giving charity, making dua. These days are very special for dua. Because Ibrahim alayhi salam's his entire legacy, the du'as that he made to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they all happened and it started basically from this entire corner. The entire city, entire days of Dhul Hijjah, this is where the du'as of Ibrahim alayhi salam started. So Allah Azza wa Jal, He has kept a very important acceptance, a very kind acceptance in these days of Dhul Hijjah. So we can start making dua for ourselves, for everybody else, and asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the things that can make us a better individual in the sight of Allah. A lot of times we ask about our own needs, which are also to ask upon. But the greater needs, which are His characters, your behavior, your relationship with individuals, your communication, how you treat other individuals. If there is a deficiency in my behavior, then I have to ask Allah to make it improve for me. Allah makes it better for me. Allah removes the diseases. These are du'as that a person needs to make for his own spirituality, because that also needs to increase as everything else in our life increases. When the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases, our actions are supposed to also increase. Otherwise, that's why Allah Azza wa Jal told Prophet Dawood, "I'malu ala Dawood shukra," that, O people of Dawood, you have been given so many blessings, so practice shukr in your life. So that's also something that we need to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the ability to thank Him and to the ability to appreciate what He has given us in our life. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. We ask Allah to accept this from us, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the ability to take maximum benefit of these auspicious days. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Jazakumullahu khairan. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.